Number 1, 4 over. Number 2, 4 over. Number 3, 5 over. Number 4, 3 over. Number 6, 1 over. Leading the post parade is Emerald Jig, raced by Tricar Stable Incorporated, trained by Jose Silva and ridden by Rafael Meza. Number 2, Avada, owned by the Hat Ranch, trained by Richard Tate, guided by Paul Nicolo. 3, Ishi Leader, raced by Masachiro Abe, prepared by Dent Caton. Kenneth Playman, the assistant trainer. Brian Campbell is up. Number 4, I Found You, owned by Can-Am Stables, trained by Darrell Snow and ridden by Russell Bays. Number 5, the favourite, Big Pal, in the Golden Eagle Farm colours, from the barn of Fordell. Regular partner Ron Warren Jr. is aboard. Number 6, Conquistador Lee, completes the post parade. He's raced by Reynaldo Parado, trained by Doug Utley, and will be ridden by Gary Boulanger. That's how they shape up for this year's Round Table Handicap. They're on their way to the start, 8 minutes to the scheduled post time. Big Pal is set. Conquistador Lee last into line. They're ready. Racing. Big Pal away safely. Avada jumps well. Emerald Jig handy on the rail. And here's Boulanger bringing Conquistador Lee right down the outside. And he will cruise across the face of the field to be a clear-cut leader. 7/8 of a mile to travel. Conquistador Lee by 2 lengths to Big Pal. Avada tucked in third on the rail as they sweep through the first bend. I Found You is going to follow Big Pal in the early and middle stages. Next is Ishi Leader, and Emerald Jig, the maiden, drops out to be last of all. Conquistador Lee has them nicely strung out, some 9 lengths from first to last as the Round Table field enters the back terrain. It's Conquistador Lee by 2.5 to Avada, Big Pal. I Found You now coming 3 wide to join that pair. The pace tends to slacken a little as Boulanger tries to stack them up in front. 2.5 to Emerald Jig, edging clear of Ishi Leader. Now 6 lengths covers them, short of half a mile to go. Conquistador Lee by 1 length to Big Pal. A neck I Found You out wide. Avada trying to stick with those leaders, but is just starting to feel the pinch. Emerald Jig is putting himself into the picture. Ishi Leader a conspicuous last. A few hopes as they come down the side. Warren urging Big Pal up now to join Conquistador Lee, but Bays has I Found You on the outside of the favourite as they come to the final turn. Avada just behind those as they swing. Emerald Jig to the outside. Big Pal shoulders his top weight past Conquistador Lee. I Found You is trying to come after Big Pal. Big Pal pinches a length at the 8th pole though. Now he's 2 lengths clear. He's Big Pal stretching away from I Found You, Avada and Emerald Jig. Yet another stakes win to Big Pal. Big Pal under top weight, coasts home to win easily from Avada, and third in a photo looks to be I Found You from Emerald Jig and Ishi Leader, and last the early leader, Conquistador Lee. The time recorded, 1:37 and 2, is a hand time. A hand time of 1:37 and 2/5. Third after the photo, number 4, I Found You. The Round Table Handicap of 92 falls to Big Pal, a 3-year-old bay gelding by Bose Eagle out of Big Spirit, raced by Golden Eagle Farm, trained by Fordell, ridden by Ron Warren Jr. Leading the post parade is number 1, Crystal Stepper. Crystal Stepper is raced by Team Valor, Ammerman, Robinson and partners, prepared by Mark Hennig, to be ridden by Marco Castaneda, who booted home the previous winner, Hayden Lake. Number 2, S. Maxine, raced by Kathy Hernandez, prepared by Robert King, Coco King, the assistant trainer. Tom Chapman is in the irons. Number 3, top weight and favourite, Charmer Gendarme, raced by Mr. and Mrs. Robert H. Walter, trained by Noble Hay III, to be ridden by Rafael Meza. Number 4, Angie's Grace, raced by Ron Crockett. Angie's Grace, one of 2 representatives of the Fordell Fierce stable. Russell Bays is up. Number 5, Darling Dame, in the colours carried to victory in yesterday's feature, the Round Table Handicap, by Big Pal. Darling Dame, of course, raced by Golden Eagle Farm, is trained by Fordell Fierce, who's looking to make it a double in the feature races this weekend. Gary Boulanger will ride Darling Dame. 6 minutes to post time for the San Jose Breeders' Cup Handicap. Here's the favourite, Charmer Gendarme. Angie's Grace, Darling Dame completing the line. They're set. Racing. Charmer Gendarme away on terms with the field. Out wide, Darling Dame springs to the early lead. Boulanger hunts her across the face of the field, and she has a good clear-cut advantage at the wire. It's Darling Dame more than a length clear of Charmer Gendarme. S. Maxine getting up on the rail. Then comes Angie's Grace, and Crystal Stepper is 3 lengths last. Short of 7/8 of a mile to go, Darling Dame shows out by a length. Charmer Gendarme away from the rail now, travels up to the girth of the leader. S. Maxine 2 off third, similar gap to Angie's Grace, and last of all Crystal Stepper, 7 covers them. 5/8 of a mile to go. Into the back stretch goes Darling Dame, half a length clear. Charmer Gendarme is travelling very strongly up to second. 3 lengths to S. Maxine. Crystal Stepper going past Angie's Grace. They pack up a touch at the halfway mark. It's Darling Dame in the colours of the stakes winner yesterday, Big Pal. Darling Dame for Golden Eagle Farm and Fordell Fierce leading it by a neck. Charmer Gendarme sitting pretty second. 2 lengths to S. Maxine, a length to Crystal Stepper and 2 lengths to Angie's Grace. Now here is Meza asking Charmer Gendarme to really pour on the pressure at the 5/16. There's nothing between these fillies. Charmer Gendarme the outside and Darling Dame. They steam away 4 lengths to S. Maxine, and back behind them Angie's Grace and Crystal Stepper. They flatten for the run in, 3/16 to go. Charmer Gendarme still locked in battle with Darling Dame. Darling Dame not giving an inch. Charmer Gendarme a nose in front of Darling Dame, then S. Maxine. What a great war between these fillies. Charmer Gendarme the favourite. She's edging a neck clear. I think she's just going to scramble in. Charmer Gendarme a hard-fought victor. Second home Darling Dame. S. Maxine is third. Then Crystal Stepper and Angie's Grace. Here's Charmer Gendarme entering the winner's circle after taking the San Jose Breeders' Cup Handicap. She's a 3-year-old bay filly by Athenia out of Fager's Charm. A double today for owners Mr. and Mrs. Robert Walter. A double for trainer Noble Hay III. A triple for jockey Rafael Meza. That result is official, 3, 5 and 2. In the winner's circle, making the trophy presentation after the San Jose Breeders' Cup Handicap, is Mr. Lee Tucker, prominent thoroughbred owner and the director of the Bay Meadows Operating Company. Now the $5 exacta on race 8 returns $26 even. Leading the post parade is number 1, Fast Cruiser. Ron Hansen riding, 2 pounds overweight. Number 2, Sweetie Girl. Race a Bill, 2 over. Number 3, Truffles and Cream. O.A. Martinez. Number 4, Lovely Occasion. The rider, Brian Campbell, 1 pound over. Number 5, Miss Glorious. Marco Castaneda, 1 over. 6, Who Ate the Soup? Ken Tohill is up. Riding change on 7, Libation. Miguel Spindler replaces Israel Diaz. 3 extra pounds for Libation. In the number 8 saddlecloth, Honest Alley, Tom Chapman, 2 pounds over. 9, Let's Go Steppin' is Randy Schacht. Number 10, Northern Peace, Gary Boulanger. 11, Northern Wool, reigning favourite under Russell Bays. Then the entry, Summer Night Swing, number 12, Alan Patterson, 1 over. Sorrel 12A is Roberto Gonzalez, also 1 over. Last couple coming forward. In fact, Northern Wool is the last. She'll come from the outside of the line. They're set. Racing. Out wide, Northern Wool jumps away very quickly. Now near the inside, Summer Night Swinger showing speed with Fast Cruiser. Who Ate the Soup and Libation with Sweetie Girl a prominent. Honest Alley in the red and blue colours, and the white hood is up in about 6th position. Now Northern Wool is on the extreme outside and the red and gold about 3 lengths out of it. Further back, Let's Go Step and Sorrel, a length and a half. Truffles and Cream, Miss Glorious, Northern Peace. Past the half mile they go, and one of the leaders here is Lovely Occasion out 3 wide on the course. Between runners, Sweetie Girl. On the inside, Summer Night Swing. Now Northern Wool, let's stride up to them, very wide on the course. Honest Alley just behind those, it's the favourite taking the lead coming up to the bend, and behind them Fast Cruiser, and next as they straighten up will be Libation, followed by Sorrel, and then Who Ate the Soup and Truffles and Cream. 3/16 of a mile to go, and Northern Wool going strongly, kicks away from Sweetie Girl. Fast Cruiser, Honest Alley on the outside, a break to Sorrel and Who Ate the Soup, down past the 8th pole. Northern Wool under pressure, about to be joined and headed now by Fast Cruiser and Honest Alley the outside. Fast Cruiser takes the lead from Honest Alley and Northern Wool. Fast Cruiser punched right out by Ron Hansen, too good. Wins a half length to Honest Alley. Northern Wool third, followed by Sweetie Girl, Sorrel, Who Ate the Soup, Truffles and Cream. Then Lovely Occasion, Miss Glorious, Northern Peace, Libation. Well back, Summer Night Swing, and last is Let's Go Steppin'. Won the winner, Fast Cruiser. The fillies division of the Presidio Northern California Sale Stake has fallen to Fast Cruiser. She's a dark bay or brown filly by Fast from Cruisin' Star, raced by John Zamora, trained by Rene Amescua, ridden by Ron Hansen. Leading the post parade, number 1, TV Romeo. TV Romeo, part of the Edmo Jr. trained entry. The rider, Gary Boulanger, in a white cap to distinguish TV Romeo from stablemate Tropical Bounty, who's in the 1A saddle cloth. Marco Castaneda rides Tropical Bounty, £1 over. Number 2, Our Payday, Roberto Gonzalez. Our Payday is now owned by Jeff Bonde, Daryl and Kathleen Norbury, Cindy Olsen, and Jack Retzloff. Some additional owners for Our Payday. Number 4, Original Hero, Ron Hansen, £2 over, as Ron shoots for the double in this sale stake. Court Commander is the favourite in the 5 saddle cloth under Russell Bays. Number 6, Score More, Owe Martinez. Number 7, Occidentally, Tom Chapman, £2 over. Number 8, Really Rone, Steve Gomez. Number 10, Sea Bandit, Ken Tohill. Repeating, for wagering purposes, in fact, for all intents and purposes, there is no number 9. Sea Bandit, the only one away. Set now. Racing. First away, Really Rone. Now the first starter, Score More, misses the kick by a length and a half. There goes Our Payday, sizzling along the inside to clear them easily. 5/8 to go. Our Payday leads Court Commander by a length and a half. Tropical Bounty strides up third. Then Really Rone, TV Romeo on the inside of Score More, who's mustering pace, travelling up deep into midfield. On the inside in the dark blue colours is Original Hero. Long way back, Sea Bandit. Now TV Romeo dropping out of it, passed by Occidentally. 9 lengths covers them at the halfway mark. Our Payday for Gonzalez leads Court Commander by a neck. 2 lengths away third, Original Hero scouting through on the inside. Out deep as they come to the bend is Tropical Bounty. Really Rone is in that group, followed by Score More, Sea Bandit, Occidentally, and 6 lengths to TV Romeo. Our Payday leads at the 3/16. Court Commander lugs. There's room for Original Hero to come through in the centre, and further out on the track is Really Rone inside the 8th pole. Our Payday a half length in front of Court Commander, who's having another crack at the leader. Our Payday is clinging on grimly. He's just in front of Court Commander, then Original Hero. Our Payday to make it 2 out of 2. Wins by half a length to Court Commander. Third, Original Hero, followed by Really Rone. Score More, not a bad run. Followed next by Occidentally. Well back in the field then is Sea Bandit with Tropical Bounty and TV Romeo. The Colts and Geldings division of the Presidio Northern California Sale Stake goes to Our Payday, number 2. He's in the winner's circle. A dark bay or brown colt by Hoedown's Day from Enjoyably So. Our Payday is raced by the trainer Jeff Bonde in partnership with Daryl and Kathleen Norbury, Cynthia Olsen and Jack Retzloff. Tommy Nelson, the assistant trainer. Roberto Gonzalez, the winning rider. The result is official, 2, 5 and 4. Making the trophy presentation after the Colts and Geldings division is Ms. Terry Lee Hartley, who serves as Owner Relations Coordinator at Bay Meadows. We welcome Ms. Terry Lee Hartley to the winner's circle after the Presidio Northern California Sale Stake. The $5 exacta on race 4 pays $54 even. leading the post parade for the San Francisco Handicap. Last year's Northern California Horse of the Year, 49er Days. The grey 49er Days, raced by Mirage Stable, Team Green, Constantine, Glickman and Partners, is trained by Roger Stein, Bob Janot, the substitute trainer. In the saddle, Corey Nakatani. Number 2, Ledger Cat, raced by Edward Allred and R.D. Hubbard, prepared by Richard Mandela, Jim Hilling, the substitute trainer. Ron Hansen has the mount. Number 3, Blaze O'Brien, raced by Barry and Sue Isaacs, conditioned by Brad McDonald, Jim Hilling, again the substitute trainer, and Russell Bays is up. Number 4, Misty Wind, raced by Silky Green Incorporated, trained by Steve Miyadi, to be ridden by Race the Bill. Number 5, Athenia Green, owned by Evergreen Farm, trained by Jeff Bonde, Tommy Nelson, the assistant trainer, and Gary Boulanger seeks his 3rd win of the afternoon aboard Athenia Green. Last 2 up. Set now. Racing. 49er Days bounds out beautifully off the inside position. He takes the early lead by half a length to Ledger Cat. They're a length clear of Blaze O'Brien on the inside of Misty Wind. And Athenia Green is dropping back last, only 4 lengths from 49er Days, who is setting a leisurely pace down to the 7/8 pole. His advantage only ahead over Ledger Cat, who's a touch rank at this point. Now, Bays has Blaze O'Brien a close 3rd and is trapped 3 deep through the clubhouse turn. Misty Wind a length behind them, saving good ground up on the rail. And Athenia Green trails 2 lengths away. Just short of 3/4 of a mile to go. Now Nakatani gives 49er Days a bit more rein, and the bold striding grey slips a length clear. Ledger Cat running second from Blaze O'Brien. Misty Wind tucked in on the rail, and 2.5 lengths to Athenia Green. In this pattern, they progress along the back stretch in the San Francisco Handicap. It's 49er Days showing them a clean pair of heels. 3 parts of a length, Ledger Cat. A length to Misty Wind, Blaze O'Brien, and 2 lengths to Athenia Green. 49er Days more than a length clear at the far bend. In second position, Ledger Cat. No appreciable change in the pattern. On the inside, Misty Wind, Blaze O'Brien forced to cover a bit of extra ground, and Athenia Green is tacking on as they bunch up at the 5/16. It's 49er Days. He's been pretty much left to his own devices in front. Nakatani nurses him around the turn, a half length to Ledger Cat. Now there might be a rail run coming. There is for Misty Wind, who's coming home very fast, and out wide is Athenia Green at any old odds. Misty Wind and Athenia Green are trying to get past 49er Days. Then Blaze O'Brien and Ledger Cat. Athenia Green puts his head in front. Athenia Green in the middle of the racetrack is coming away. Wins the San Francisco Handicap by 2 lengths. Second is close, Blaze O'Brien, a nose to 49er Days. Behind them, Misty Wind, who couldn't go on, and Ledger Cat is last. Three gets second, Blaze O'Brien. Number 1 is third, 49er Days. Final time, 1:42 flat, as Athenia Green returns victorious in the San Francisco Handicap. He's a chestnut gelding 6 by Green Dancer from Athenia, owned by Evergreen Farm, trained by Jeff Bonde, Tommy Nelson, the assistant trainer. Second win of the day for those gentlemen, and it's a triple for Gary Boulanger. In punching home 3 winners, Gary has won a free dinner at the Van's restaurant in Belmont, as have the owner and trainer of Athenia Green. That result is official. 5, 3, and 1. In the winner's circle, making the presentation of the trophy, Mr. Bill Schumacher, President of the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors. We welcome Mr. Bill Schumacher to Bay Meadows this afternoon. The post parade for the Saratoga Handicap is led by number 1, Black Boots. Black Boots, raced by Frank Robinson, trained by Michael Hutt, Dina Vasera, the substitute trainer. Race the Bill, fresh from a win in the previous race, is the pilot. Number 2, Navis Star, owned by Christopher Archuleta, trained by Steve Weiberg. Rafael Meza rides. 3, Candyman B, owned by Lamonte Isom and Stanley Moore, prepared by Bill Murray Jr., Bruce Robertson, the assistant trainer, Gary Boulanger in the saddle. Number 4, Mate Bueno, raced by Verno Kirsch, trained by AC Avila, ridden by Omar Berrio. Number 5, Blackjack Road, owned by Donna and Dorothy Casella, trained by Fordell Fierce, to be ridden by Russell Bays. Number 6, Harlem's Boy, raced by John H. Dieter Trust, trained by Jim Benedict, Barbara Bradley, the assistant trainer. Alan Patterson is aboard Harlem's Boy in this afternoon's $50,000. Half of them loaded. All in. Racing. Blackjack Road and Harlem's Boy commence swiftly. Navis Star showing plenty of toe near the inside. Candyman B in the light blue and white silks is going through between runners. Blackjack Road is beaten for speed. He's dropping back 4th and he's caught very wide. Up on the rail is Black Boots and Mate Bueno 3 off last. Harlem's Boy crosses to the rail and leads at the half mile. Blackjack Road and Candyman B move up sharply to take him on, and the odds-on favourite is 3 wide at the far turn. Navis Star 3 lengths away 4th on the outside of Black Boots, and 3 lengths last Mate Bueno. Plenty of pressure at the 5/16s, where Harlem's Boy just leads Blackjack Road and Candyman B the centre. 4 lengths away Navis Star, Black Boots on the inside, and Mate Bueno turns in last position. 3/16ths to go in the Saratoga Handicap, and Harlem's Boy running a bold bid for victory. A half length in front of Blackjack Road, called upon now by Bays, and the speedball Blackjack Road now moves up and puts his head in front. Blackjack Road lumps 124 pounds to the lead. He's a head clear from Harlem's Boy and Blackjack Road. He's all courage. Blackjack Road wins in a photo from Harlem's Boy and Candyman B third. Then comes Navis Star and Mate Bueno, and Black Boots is last. 5, Blackjack Road. From 6, Harlem's Boy. And 3, Candyman B. Final time, 1:09 and 2/5 as Blackjack Road returns victorious. An 8-year-old Dark Bay or Brown Gelding by Kennedy Road from Quicker Gold, owned by Donna and Dorothy Casella, trained by Fordell Fierce, ridden by Russell Bays. 2 wins on the program for Russell. That result is official, 5, 6 and 3. In the winner's circle, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the trophy to the winning connections of today's Saratoga Handicap is the Vice Mayor of Saratoga, Karen Tucker. The $5 exacta returns $41 even. The $3 late triple on the numbers 1, 2 and 5, $183.30. Leading the post parade for the Hillsborough Handicap, Paula Revere, number 1, one of 3 Ron McAnally candidates. Paula Revere, raced by Irvlew Stable, ridden by Tom Chapman. Number 2, Appealing Missy, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Jerome Brody. Appealing Missy, also trained by Ron McAnally. Richard Lewis is his substitute trainer, and Marco Castaneda has the mount. Number 3, Love Avey, owned by Paletti Racing Stable, conditioned by Lonnie Arterburn. Barbara Lee Palmer is the assistant trainer. Russell Bays in the irons. Number 4, Indian Chris, owned by Fazenda Mondesir, again trained by Ron McAnally. Richard Lewis, the substitute. Gonzalino Almeida is the rider. In the 5 saddle cloth is Llama Lady, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Stanley Keogh, trained by D. Mortensen, ridden by Jerry Belmonte. 6 Annual Reunion in the ever-familiar Golden Eagle Farm Silks. Chuck Gender, chasing a training double today, puts the polish on Annual Reunion. Bill Patterson is the assistant, and Jack Cannell rides. Number 7, Casey's Romance, owned by Robert Folsom, trained by Richard Mandela, Jim Hilling, the substitute trainer, and Gary Boulanger rides the top weight in this year's Hillsborough Handicap. We're 7 minutes from the scheduled post time. Casey's Romance completes the line. All set. Racing now. Llama Lady and Love Avey, the first 2 to hit the ground. From Annual Reunion, Appealing Missy close up on the rail, followed down the outside by Casey's Romance. Indian Chris is second last in the red cap and shadow roll, and Paula Revere, one of her stable mates, is last on the rail. An even tempo as they vacate the stretch in the Hillsborough Handicap and Llama Lady, the outsider of the field, leads them through that bend by just over a length. Second is Love Avy, and Canal has Annual Reunion across third, one off the rail. Appealing Missy on her inside as they work by the three-quarters pole, followed by Paula Revere, Casey's Romance 3 wide, and Indian Chris allowed to drop out a length and a half away last. Into the back stretch, less than 5/8 to travel, and Llama Lady has a good lead, 2.5 clear. From Love Avy, third Appealing Missy, inside Annual Reunion, who's posted 3 wide now as Paula Revere pushes up in the centre. Boulanger and Casey's Romance obliged to race 4 wide approaching the far turn, and Indian Chris ridden patiently by Almeida is last. 6 lengths covers the field. 3/8 of a mile from home, and Llama Lady shows out by over a length. Love Avy sitting second from Appealing Missy. Annual Reunion, Paula Revere in the centre in the blue cap. Out wide is Casey's Romance, and still last is Indian Chris. She's in search of room. Llama Lady drops out sharply as they make the turn. Love Avy hits the front in the Hillsborough and quickens for Bays. Leads by more than 2 lengths to Appealing Missy. Indian Chris getting a run near the inside, and further out Annual Reunion, who's struggling. It's Love Avy clear. Love Avy a length and a half to Appealing Missy and Indian Chris. Love Avy, the leader, kept going with the whip by Bays. Love Avy will hang on and win the Hillsborough by a neck to Appealing Missy. Indian Chris third, followed by Paula Revere, Annual Reunion, Casey's Romance, and unfortunately Llama Lady has gone amiss up the home stretch and has been pulled out of the event. Final time, 1:42 and 2/5. Winner of the Hillsborough Handicap is Love Avy. Love Avy returns to the winner's circle, a 4-year-old bay filly by Lord Avy from Love to Tell, raced by Paletti Racing Stable, trained by Lonnie Arterburn, Barbara Lee Palmer, the assistant trainer, and Russell Bays, the winning jockey. Ladies and gentlemen, making the trophy presentation following the Hillsborough Handicap is Mr. John C. Harris, Vice Chairman of the Board of the Bay Meadows Operating Company, a Director of the California Thoroughbred Breeders Association, and owner and operator of Harris Farms Incorporated. The result is official, 3, 2, and 4. The $5 exacta returns $178. The $3 late triple on the numbers 1, 1, and 3 pays $791.70. The Ascot Handicap field parading in front of the stand. Arvada has the 1 saddlecloth in the Hat Ranch colours, and the Richard Tate barn. Paul Niccolo is up. Number 2, Ocean Dawn, raced by Royal Lines, trained by Eddie Gregson, Mark McCreary, the assistant trainer, and Chris McCarran is on hand for the ride on Ocean Dawn. Number 3, the ruling favourite, Major Impact, owned by Glen Hill Farm, prepared by Willard Proctor, and to be partnered by Gary Stevens. Number 4, Modernize, making his US debut at Juddmonte Farm. Bobby Frankel trains Modernize. Fordell Fierce is the substitute trainer. And Corey Nakatani is up. Number 5, Don's Terry, owned by Tom Hall, Corey and H.F. Hendricks and Gail Higley. Lynette Baldwin puts the polish on Don's Terry, who has the services of Racer Bill. Number 6, Undercover Sting, raced by Howard Davis, Mike Gilliam and John Mann, trained by John Stoker. And Russell Bays looks for his 4th win of the afternoon. Number 7 is Big Pal, the main local hope. Big Pal, raced by Golden Eagle Farm, trained by Fordell Fierce, ridden by regular partner Ron Warren Jr. Number 8 is Joni's Prince, owned by Steve Mayer, trained by Jim Dotson and ridden by Jerry Belmonte. We're now 7 minutes off a start. Now the line again taking shape, waiting on Modernize to join them. Modernize, a touch flighty, comes forward now to stall 4. Don's Terry walks in, 2 to come up. All in. Racing. Avada commences well, so does Don's Terry with Major Impact. Ocean Dawn taken a hold of by McCarran out of the gate, and he's dropping out to the rear. Don's Terry will lead the Ascot Handicap field past the stands. He's a length in front of Big Pal, tugging his way up second. Undercover Stingers third at the 7/8. Avada quite rank, 4th over on the rail, being joined and shaded now by Major Impact. Then comes Modernize, 3 lengths to Joni's Prince, and Ocean Dawn is last on the rail. 10 lengths covers them at the 3/4 pole, and Don's Terry is in charge, a length and a half to Big Pal. Undercover Sting, 2.5 away third. Then comes Major Impact, beautifully positioned by Stevens, 1 off the rail. A length and a half to the English colt Modernize, followed by Avada, who settles down better now. Back towards the rear, Ocean Dawn taken off the rail, and 3.5 lengths last is Joni's Prince. Short of half a mile to go, and the leader Don's Terry, a length and a quarter. The pace is even. Big Pal sitting up second. Then Undercover Sting, Major Impact. Ocean Dawn is taking closer order, and McCarran is going to follow the favourite Major Impact past the 3/8 marker. Next is Modernize, who's being scrubbed now by Nakatani. Towards the rear, Avada and Joni's Prince can't keep in touch. Up towards the turn, 1/4 mile to go. It's Don's Terry making a bold bid for the money. Still a length and a quarter to Big Pal. Undercover Sting on the rail. Now Major Impact has asked for his effort, and he's putting in a charge down the outside. Ocean Dawn can't do any better. Modernize held up. Don's Terry being tackled by Major Impact. Undercover Sting the rail. Big Pal the centre. Modernize out wide. Big finish. Major Impact trying to get Don's Terry out wide. Modernize flying. Oh, very close. Almost a triple dead heat here between Major Impact, Modernize and Don's Terry in a spine tingler. Close behind them, Undercover Sting, who ran a big race at huge odds. Close up, Big Pal, Joni's Prince. Ocean Dawn faded up the stretch, and Avada is last. It's a photo. Photo finish after the Ascot Handicap. 3-5 unofficially on the Ascot Handicap in 1 minute 43 seconds flat. Modernize, a chestnut colt, 3 by Known Fact from Medina, raced by Juddmonte Farm, trained by Bobby Frankel, Fordell Fierce, the substitute trainer, and Corey Nakatani is the winning rider. Modernize winning the Ascot at his United States debut. In the winner's circle, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the trophy to the winning connections of the Ascot Handicap is San Francisco Chronicle sports columnist Glenn Dickey and his wife Nancy. We welcome Glenn and Nancy Dickey to the Bay Meadows winner's circle as the Ascot Handicap becomes official. The $5 exacta returns $97. Post parade is led by Zion Park, number 1, raced by Ed and Jean Benelli in partnership with the trainer Doug Utley. Ron Hansen rides. Number 2, Boss Sauce, owned by Robert and Beverly Lewis, trained by Bob Baffert, ridden by Gary Stevens. Number 3, Our Payday, raced by Bonde, Norbury, Olsen and Retzloff, trained by Jeff Bonde, Tommy Nelson the assistant. On board is Roberto Gonzalez. Number 4, Moscow Changes, in the silks of Harris Farms Incorporated. Moscow Changes, trained by Howard Zucker and has the services of Russell Bays. Number 5, Dale's Best, raced by James Atwell and the trainer Jerry Dutton. Guillermo Rangel is the assistant conditioner, and Ron Warren Jr. takes the mount, replacing Gary Boulanger. Number 6, Star Lifter, in the conspicuous Kurt or Lila Lanning silks. Star Lifter, trained by Ed Moja Jr. Joel Gonzalez is the assistant trainer, and Jack Cannell partners Star Lifter in this afternoon's featured San Mateo Juvenile Stake. Post time is in 7 minutes. Two out. Star Lifter completes the line. They're set. Racing. Our Payday misses the start by a length and a half. Dale's Best and Boss Sauce, the first two into stride. They speed clear by 2 lengths. Third is Zion Park on the inside of Moscow Changes. Our Payday going through between those runners, and Star Lifter drops out to the rear. It's a great tussle for the lead. Dale's Best ahead in front of Boss Sauce with half a mile to go. Our Payday from last sizzles through the field to third. He's on the inside of Moscow Changes. Zion Park is drifting out of contention. Starlifter joins him. They're in pairs at the halfway mark. The leaders are Dale's Best and Boss Sauce. Moscow Changes shakes loose of Our Payday and looms up to a close third. Bay's pulling him 3 wide to challenge now. Further back, Starlifter and Zion Park as they make the turn. 3/16 of a mile to go. Boss Sauce on the inside has the better of Dale's Best. Moscow Changes looms as the danger. Further back, Starlifter. Boss Sauce ahead in front at the 8th pole, being tackled by Moscow Changes. A great struggle between these youngsters, Boss Sauce and Moscow Changes. Boss Sauce with Stevens throwing everything at him, but his underwear is just in front, and Boss Sauce prevails by ahead to Moscow Changes. Third, Starlifter, followed by Dale's Best, Our Payday and Zion Park. It's a photo. Hand 2, Boss Sauce. From 4, Moscow Changes, and 6, Starlifter. The final time, 1:09 and 3/5. The San Mateo Juvenile Stake goes to Boss Sauce, a 2-year-old bay colt by Source Boat from Nuriet. Boss Sauce, raced by Robert and Beverly Lewis, trained by Bob Baffert and ridden by Gary Stevens. That result is official. 2, 4, and 6.